This is Ted Fetch with another Ted Fetch perspective. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday morning. Hope everyone had a great week. I hope everyone's going to have a great weekend. And here I am, Dunkin' Donuts parking lot once again. Man, I got a lot of messages to say today. I got a lot on my mind today, boy. You know, I wake up today and I see the news and I see this infrastructure bill. And, again, I always state that, if you know the end result, they say, if you know what the ending is, if you know what the elite establishment, yes, there's an elite establishment, guys. I can prove this. We all know this. I don't state shit that you don't know even. Yes, they control the world. They've been at it for a very long time. There's people behind the curtain, as I call them, people in charge of this world, people that have been in charge for a very long time. Again, a long time ago, I listened to Bloodlines of the Illuminati for a reason. And the reason I listened to that specific book, just so you want to know why that book, Ted? How do we know this is not a conspiracy theory that you just read and listened to? Well, because that one specifically I listened to because it came from the CIA website as a confirmed book. Confirmed from the CIA. Said, hey guys, this is a real book. There's Bloodlines of the Illuminati. Here's the book. It's on a CIA website. Confirmed. So I said, I'll go with that one, guys. Of all the damn books out there on the Illuminati, and there's only 100, maybe 1,000, right? Yeah, it's a real thing. New World Order. Big, real thing, guys. Yeah, the World Economic Forum. That's who they are. How do we know they're the world elite establishment, Ted? Well, let's look at their website. And you tell me who they say they are. Well, they're no one voted for anyone in that organization that should be running the world, yet that's what they say they do, right? I mean, just look at facts as facts. Guys, it's pretty simple what I do. Keep that in mind. Again, I'm going to start this argument every day. I don't state shit I can't prove. I don't state arguments here in this parking lot every day that I can't back up with facts. And again, you know what I said in my reputation? As uncomfortable as my truths might be, as the realist to truths that you might not ever want to hear, but I would like my reputation to be, okay, we don't, and at the end of the day, I can live with this, all right? That dude in the parking lot that says all this shit to us every day, the stuff that we might not ever want to hear, right? At least we know he's the facts, man. That dude does not lie. We might not want to hear his stuff. He might come out a little blunt. He might say shit no one wants to ever hear, right? But we can go with him. If he's saying something, we're going to listen because that dude always speaks the facts. And I'll be fine with that. As uncomfortable as my truths might be, as disturbing as these real reality of this world might really be to you. Because, again, I don't just state shit to state shit. I don't point things. I don't tell you stuff I can't prove. I ask you and encourage you and actually beg you sometimes to do your own research, guys. So you can see that I'm not lying. I always state that, That's what somebody that's telling the truth does. And then I get pissed off if you don't. How can you guys still be on the sidelines, I always say. I already told you this. I showed you the document. How can you say it's anything different than what it is? I always say, not because I said it, because the document says it, So that's why I can always stand by with what I say, because I encourage everyone. I don't just state shit and say, all right, this is a theory of mine, guys. Tell me, and even when I do have theories, I tell you it's a theory. But when I tell you facts, it's facts, So I'm looking at the news today, and I see the infrastructure bill and this spending bill that we have coming out that's being passed right now, right? And I'm like, this is ridiculous, man. Do you guys, so then I go, well, the end result, Ted, if you show them every day what the end result is, not because you said it, because they have websites out there like the World Economic Forum does, where again, if you look on every country that's part of the World Economic Forum, you're going to find the entire world pretty much as part of the World Economic Forum. President actually gets his orders from the elite establishment. Yes, they're behind the curtain. The elite establishment, correct. The Illuminati, yep, that's them. The families that run the world. The book that I listened to, that the CIA confirmed, those guys. What book again, Ted? That was Bloodlines of the Illuminati. Check it out. Just Google that. It'll take you to a CIA website confirming the damn book to be true. So, Ted, you're saying that, yes, we all know this, though. You guys know this, really. I mean, the banking industry, the Federal Reserve, The mainstream media is owned by them, the elite Illuminati families, for a reason, to give you the information they want you to know, to change your perception of reality to the perception and the view of the world that they want you to see the view of the world in. That's what they do. They've been doing it for a very long time because they don't want you to be empowered, guys. The bloodline, the elite establishment, the ones behind the curtain, the ones that have been in control of this world since the beginning of time. They want enslavement. Now, there's higher dimensional beings. Like you said the other day, there's a spiritual war going on right now. Now, on the one hand, you got the elite establishment that's pushing technology. They eventually want us to turn into part AI. Don't believe me? Believe Elon Musk, even if you don't believe me. He says it even. There's a PDF from the Ministry of Defense that reports directly to this. And how you know what the PDF is designed for? Because they wanted to make people into war machines originally. Yeah, we can have the strongest people on this planet and turn them into part robot. And then literally the PDF reads like, yeah, we can plan their nutrition and their sleeping modification. Yeah, you'd be programmed if we keep listening. This is the end result. This is past China. That's what they want. That's the one hand, right? Elite establishment will take total control of the human soul. So they're getting too smart down there, guys. Their brain is expanding their consciousness. Woo! Watch out. They might figure out the secrets of the world, and then they'll be empowered. And then next thing you know, they won't be able to take orders from us. Then we'll turn them into part AI. That's what we'll do. And then we'll program them. They'll all be part of this machine of ours, this corporate-run government machine, where corporations run the world. That's what they want. That's their future world agenda, guys. Not because I said it. Because they said it on their own words, on their own website, when they tell you what they want for the future of the world. That's it. Corporate-run government. Corporations run the world. Corporate-run government. Does anyone want that? Corporations, yeah. The ones that care about the bottom dollar? Yeah. Well, how do we beat last quarter's numbers? How do we push people more faster and make people more efficient so we can make more money? Do we want that? Does anyone want that? Corporations running the world. That's their world agenda. Corporate stakeholders, only ones that have rights and freedoms. Those are the only ones in their corporate-run government. According to them, individual rights and freedoms are gone. Yes, they're gone, guys. That's what they want. World Economic Forum, look them up. See who they are. So this is the elite establishment, guys. Look who the president meets with them. The president's cabinet is part of them. Everywhere in the world. Look, don't believe me, believe them. That's what I say. Don't believe me, believe them. They tell you themselves. Again, they don't really hide too much of this shit. They don't make it known because they think that you're so controlled and so easily persuaded and manipulated by them. They feel like they can do anything. We can do anything to these people, and they're just going to listen to us. We will demand whatever we want from them, really. Because guess what? Until they start fighting, we're going to keep going. We'll keep taking everything away from these people until they start fighting. Well, yeah, and as long as they keep listening to us, we're just going to keep taking. Yeah, they're still taking orders, guys, so let's keep giving them. Let's see how much they'll take. They're listening to us, though. They're still listening. Can you believe this? And I'm sitting back going, are you guys going to wake up yet? When are you guys going to wake up? Not everyone, Ted. A lot of strong people out there starting to wake up. They're pushing us down. They overgrabbed a little bit this time. They overgrabbed a little bit, took a little bit too much too quick, and now people are going, holy shit, yep, Ted. Starting to see it a little bit. I still don't want to look at documents that are real just quite yet. I haven't made that jump into reality just too soon. But yeah, I encourage everyone. Don't just take my word for anything, guys. Research all this yourself. You'll find the same information I do. I encourage everyone to do that. So corporate-run government, world agenda, yep, that's what it is. Yep, Ted, if you saw it, if you read it, and you know it too. So, but when are you guys going to wake up? When are you going to start doing some research and seeing that I'm not bullshit? See that I'm not bullshit. I don't bullshit. I don't lie. I don't have to lie. I tell the truth. I go to their websites, like I say every day. So no one can call me bullshit. You'd have to say they're bullshit, really. But then you'd have to also at least acknowledge that they exist at that point. So maybe you should do that first. Well, Ted, we're still taking orders down here. I know, guys. When are you going to wake up? They're going to keep giving more orders. They're going to keep grabbing from us. Because guess what? If we also go, and this is important. This is what I wanted to start off with. And then I got sidetracked by the Pope, man, again. And I go, man, yeah, part of the evil establishment. How do you know that, Ted? Because this is something that you maybe need to know. And then I'll go into how they plan on. We'll have to look at the end result. So if we can get to the end result on what they say on their own website, right? If we could look at what their ending is to this little play of ours, theirs that we're all in, that you don't even know you're in. You're getting played every day. The game that they have up there for us. If you know what their ending is, right? For us, all of us. Well, then you should be able to start to fight. But I can lay this argument. The other day I made an argument this. What's the scariest shit in the world right now? Of all the factual things that I can prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you could see for yourself if you just take 10 minutes out of your day and verify that everything I state is not bullshit, it's 100% factual, you can't dispute anything I say. But what's the most scariest thing in the world right now, Ted? Is it the patent for the virus, patent number 7,220,852, SARS-CoV, yep, invented in a lab from the Centers for Disease Control, according to the patent. According to the patent. Yep, they lied. That means 100% they lied. That's what that would mean. And when you see that document, there's no other way to look at that document and say, oh shit, they lied. Why? Because the same people as inventors of the virus, according to the patent, is also the same people that came out and said it came from a bat in China. Can't get around that. What is that? That's pretty scary when you realize that, and when you actually take the time to look at that document for what it is and see it for what it actually is. According to the patent. Not me. According to the patent. When are you going to do that? When are you going to do that? When are you going to actually take the time to look at that patent this time? So you can see I'm not bullshit. Again, I don't lie. I don't ever lie. I don't have to lie. I don't speak the fact. I only speak the facts, guys. So you got the patent, 7,220,852. Right? Look at it this time. Is that scary? And it's pretty scary when you actually take a look at that document for what it is. When you actually look at that document for what it is, you're going to notice things that you didn't notice before. Like, hey, the government just lied to us. Why? Because the Centers for Disease Control is on the patent. The same people that invented the virus. Right? So you're going to sit in there and you're going to look at it this time. And you're going to say, shit, Ted, you weren't lying, right? No, they were. I told you guys. So that's one. That's scary shit in the world. Is that it? No. Maybe not. No. Scary, right? When you realize the government lied, they freaking manufactured the entire pandemic. Pretty scary. That's step one of realizing that. You know what step two is? The next video. Is this the scariest? This might be scarier. I don't know. What's it? It's a race to the finish. Scariest shit in the world that's real. Facts that no one can dispute. If you look at these facts, no one can dispute any of these, right? But what's scary is that A, is it the patent for the virus? 7,220,852. 7,220,852, yeah? Hey, that's it. Pretty scary. Damn, they lied. Whew! Yep, Ted, you weren't lying. They did lie. They said that it came from a bat in China, and look, we're looking at the patent now, the Centers for Disease Control. You're right, they made it according to the patent. In a lab, yep, that's them. Yeah, we turned back the clock. They were the same people that said it came from a bat in China. So, yeah, there's no way to get around that, Ted. It's a bold-faced lie that they told us. Pretty scary when you realize, wrap your head around that, and you actually digest that document once and for finally. Yeah, it's pretty scary. Next, what's next, Ted? What else is scarier shit that we can compare that scary mess to? There can't be anything scarier than that, Ted. They lied about everything. Yeah, we saw it. There's nothing scarier than that, Ted, right? No, there's a bunch of shit. It's not just, doesn't stop there, guys. Doesn't stop there, unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't stop there. Do you think I'm proud that I have to go out and spout this shit? How dare he accuse our government of lying? Well, I didn't do this to the world, guys. I'm out here trying to stop the enslavement of humanity because that's the real end goal. And when you guys start looking at these documents for what they are, you're going to see that yourself. When you guys start waking up and start looking at these documents for what they are, and not just because I state them, because they're factual documents that don't come from me, they come from the people in charge's website today, you'll start realizing that too. So then, so if I could prove enslavement of humanity, like I do every day, guys, just look at the documents. Don't say it because I prove it. They proved it. But when are you guys going to wake up? You're going to keep taking orders all the way to the end? All the way to the end. We're part AI, guys. We're part AI. That's past China. That's the next move. Why? Because all right, let's go with the fact. Let's finish out the scariest shit in the world real quick, and then we'll go back to the economy that they're planning on breaking, and how I state that to be a factual statement, and why I would say that, and what my argument for that is, according to what they say on their own websites. Remember that. All right, so we got the patent. Yeah, Ted, that's pretty damn scary. Can't beat that, right? No, we got a lot of stuff that's up for grabs for the scariest shit in the world, guys, unfortunately. Right? Next, you know what? To backs up this whole manufactured pandemic idea, and keep in mind, they had to do this. They're trying to do this because they need everyone subservient. They want to enslave the human race. That's a fact, okay? So how did they plan on doing that? If that's their end game, Ted, what was their vehicle that they wanted to use to get us to the enslavement part? If that's the end game, what vehicle? Well, the pandemic was the big one, right? And why would you say that, Ted? Well, look at the patent first off. Look at it this time, again and again and again. Look at it, digest it. Did you see it this time? Are you seeing that the whole government lied about everything, right? Yeah? Because it's not far. It's not a big jump. It's not a big jump for you to make when you realize that document. When you take that document in, it's not a far jump for you. That's the lens, I call it the light. The light just lights up. It's a light. The whole damn thing, the operation just comes clear view sight then. Crystal clear. All right, so look at it again. Now, if the end result is enslavement, how do they plan on getting us there? Well, the main vehicle that they used is the pandemic. Now, Ted, so you said you have more factual documentation that could beat this for scariest real factual piece of information in the world right now? Yeah, I do. The next thing I want you to do, that confirms that they unleashed this on the world, killed millions on people on purpose. They had to die, guys. It was part of the plan. Their plan would not work if people didn't get sick and die, guys. Realize that. Not because I said it, because they're going to, this next video that I'm going to show you now, if you look at it, you'll see this for yourself. Event 201. Just go to any computer, laptop, cell phone. Put in that number. Put Event 201 in. Event 201. Now, who is this, Ted? What is this video about? And why do you say that this confirms that this pandemic was premeditated? Premeditated. Yep, that's right. Yep, if you go to the Event 201, you're going to find a video online. Now, you're going to read a summary. You can read the summary if you do that. Look at the video. There's a whole video. They videotaped the whole damn thing. Now, this video, Event 201, what was that? That was a pandemic. They called it a pandemic preparedness meeting. It was an exercise. It was a seminar. What they like to do from time to time is we're going to run scenarios out sometimes. We like to do this and just prepare the world for upcoming pandemics that may or may not happen. We don't know if one will ever happen in this elite establishment circle of ours. Who hosted the event, Ted? It was the World Economic Forum, the Bill Gates Foundation, and Johns Hopkins were the hosts of the event. That's who hosted this Event 201. Now, you're going to watch the video. If you watch the video, it's them preparing. We like to run exercises so we can coordinate efforts from time to time. If ever in the future, we don't know if it'll ever happen in this elite establishment circle of ours where we create the problem, where the problem creating machine is. But yeah, so we're looking at the video. What day was that video, Ted? It was October of 2019. October of 2019, they're running this pandemic preparedness workshop. Johns Hopkins, Bill Gates Foundation, and World Economic Forum. Now, keep that date in mind, because keep this in mind. Listen to this. This is the part you're going to really need to understand. Well, you don't have to understand. Just look at the facts, all right? You just look at facts, guys. This whole damn operation becomes clear view sight. You see everything for what it is. You don't have to question anything because they tell you. You just look at the documents. That's it. Boom. They lied. The whole damn thing was manufactured. So October of 2019. Now keep that date in mind. Why? Because if you take another Google, do this. When was the first case reported in Wuhan? That didn't happen for 3 months later, guys. The very, very first case. The very first case of SARS-CoV was not reported in Wuhan until December of 2019, 3 months later. But what is this exercise on, guys? What do you think the scenario? Because they have to do it. It's an exercise, right? So they do a scenario, right? We're going to play like this happened, and we have to coordinate efforts, right? This is what the video, if you watch the video, that's what you'll see too. What is the video about? What scenario do you think they use, guys? Would they just happen to use the same scenario that happened to take place 3 months later when their little scenario exercise, hypothetical situation, just in case we like to run a drill? Just so we can prepare, just in case. We don't know if it'll ever happen. But that's what the video shows. If you watch the video, if you take the time to watch the video, you'll find this yourself. I don't lie, guys. I do not lie. They did the whole damn drill on the same exact premise that became reality 3 months later. But now, yeah, they use what if SARS mutates to CoV and gets spread across the world? And here at Johns Hopkins, the World Economic Forum, and the Bill Gates Foundation, we have to be able to coordinate efforts to be able to tackle this pandemic. That's the video. Now, again, the first case wasn't even reported in Wuhan. For 3 months later, they just happened to run a drill and exercise, getting the world ready for the same exact pandemic that turned into reality 3 months when the first case was reported in Wuhan. On the same premise of all the possibilities, of all the viruses they could have ran this drill on, of all the possibilities, of all the various pandemic scenarios they could have ran this drill on. What did they do? Choose it. The damn same one that came reality. Why? But now if we go back to the patent, this is the part. If you go back to the patent, you're going to realize that SARS already mutated into CoV. It was invented in a lab. They knew this already. They were just getting ready to prepare the world for the upcoming pandemic they were about to unleash. That's exactly what that video was happening in that video. No doubt about it, 100%. If you watch the video and you look at the patent, you'll understand this, guys. It's starting to become clear now, right? Well, yeah, but why would they do that, Ted? Because keep in mind, if you know the end goal, if you know what their end game is, which is literally enslavement of humanity, and I can prove this. Remember, I don't state shit I cannot prove. But if you know the end result, if you know what their ending is, if you know what they're pushing us towards and what they want for us as a society, our world, if you know what they state on their own websites as their future world agenda for us, then you can see this. You can see why they're doing this. Now, why do they want that? The next step that we're going to really I have to nail this home, guys, because again, I always state, like Dr. Phil always says, you can't change what you don't acknowledge, right? You can't change. How are we supposed to stop something if we can't acknowledge that it's happening? How are we supposed to prevent the future world agenda that they have on their own websites for us to be shoveled down into if we are not able to see it for what it is, according to them? Right? So now, this part is the part you're going to really have to learn to accept, all right? And it really upsets me sometimes that no one takes the time to look at this. It pisses me off that mainstream media doesn't do one news story about this. It pisses me more off that you guys don't freaking spread these documents from the CDC website. Again, I only go to their websites. So I have downloaded, now the beginning of this year, late last year, this is how soon I've been on it. Right when this all happened, I knew it was bullshit from the start, guys. When I had my awakening, I started seeing things right away. August 25th, I started seeing everything. You know, I get downloaded information. I get pointed to these things from my higher power. You know, straight up. Because I got information that no one tells you. I tell facts that no one will tell you guys, but they're all facts, right? I stand by it 100%. I don't lie. I told you I don't lie. And again, I encourage you to research everything I state, so you can see that too, right? So, all right, so the beginning of this year, late last year, right when all this happened, I'm like looking, going, this is crazy, right? The second it happened, actually, I can't even say, the second it happened, I knew it was bullshit. The second it happened, I knew it was bullshit. I kept saying, they're coming in, there's something not right here. I know something's not right. This is not right. Why? I don't even get it. Why are we on lockdown? I don't get it. Lockdown, the whole world shut down. For what? This virus isn't even that deadly. It isn't, though. I mean, I'm just telling you facts. Ooh, that's politically incorrect, Ted. It's facts. What is the facts politically? I guess the truth is politically incorrect these days, guys. That's so crazy, right? But the real, the lies, we like to believe lies. That's the politically correct way, is to start, we like to pretend that the world is different than what it really is. We don't like to look at factual documents. We just like to pretend that the good government's here to help and the vaccine helps to protect you, and it doesn't. And I could tell you that too. But you already know some of these things. You just don't want to know them. You just don't wake up. Well, if we don't start fighting, guys, and now I'll get back to the real factual information here in a second. If we don't start fighting and seeing this for what it is, guys, we're gonna be enslaved. That's what they want. 100%, no doubt about it. My hand to God, I'm solid. I don't lie. All right, so now the next step that we're really gonna all have to come to terms with. You're going to have to see this for what it is, because they want to argue, and there's plenty of manufactured, again, I always say, there's a lot of manufactured opposition programs. I can prove that too. I know how to prove that too. I know why they do it. I know all this shit. Yes, they manufacture events. They manufacture crisis. They do it all the time. The pandemic is not the first case, guys. It's not the first manufactured problem that we have. They're all over the place. This is what they do. They're energy systems that run off positive and negative energy. They need opposition. In fact, the system does not become alive until there's division and opposition. That's why division is so important to them. Not only because it separates us and gets us fighting. Yes, they love that. Of course they do. Keeps our eye off the ball, which is to the top of the mountain where the problem creating machine is. Yeah, they like us. They love nothing more. This is their favorite thing to do, guys, is divide us. And they cause all kinds, whatever it is. Black Lives Matter versus the police, that's a perfect example. That's a 100% manufactured event. 100%. Pandemic, another thing. Vax versus unvax, Democrat, Republican, you name it. Abortion, this is another one. Bring it back. Bring back abortion. We've had that on the back burner for a while. Let's get them fighting over that. Yeah, anything that they can divide us, it's not a confirmed problem, guys. Whatever the social issue, they love social issues, especially social issues, because that gets us fighting even more. So we like to fight over social issues. So they love creating, the problem creating machine loves creating them for us to fight over. But yeah, it runs off positive and negative energy. So in other words, the system does not become, it's a manufactured problem. We didn't have it in our lives beforehand, right? Whatever the situation, crisis, whatever, they'll have a news story that they'll bring out. Yep, look, court case maybe, that they'll bring that, verify that, get us fighting over something. They like to throw a news story out that gets us arguing. Then a court case, if they can do that too, that makes it even better. And then what do we start doing? We start arguing over each other, right? We start fighting each other, but that's it. It's not a confirmed problem. Whatever the issue was that we didn't have in our lives, before the news story, then the court case, we didn't have it in our lives, right? But now this came out, and now all of a sudden we're taking a stand. We're jumping on a side of this new thing that just came out, whatever it is, the social issue, whatever. Now we're all right, I'm pro this, you're pro that, we're against this, but it doesn't become confirmed. The manufactured crisis problem issue isn't confirmed until we have opposers and supporters of the issue. That's the positive and negative energy that brings the system to life. Now the manufactured event has become a confirmed real problem because we have opposers and supporters to this issue that we just created. Then it's a pendulum. It's an energy system. We start feeding into it. That's why they manufacture the opposition, to get that pendulum swinging, as I call it. You see what? But it's not confirmed until we're fighting each other over it. Opposers and supporters, positive and negative energy, brings that to life. It brings it to life. So yeah, they manufacture opposition. They like to control both sides of everything, guys. If they can get the herd mentality working on both sides of any issue, then they always win. They think they're smart up there. I'm telling you, they've been at this for a very long time. They know what they're doing. They know how to manipulate us. All right, now that was a little sidetrack to give you some perspective on issues and stuff like that. This little detour there for a second, but let's get back to the factual information as I said I would. But it gives you an idea. If you can see the systems, guys, if you're able to see the system as a system, you can participate in them without giving it your life force energy. Now, what do I do every day? I have to bring these systems to life. I have to show you the dark agenda. And why do I do this, Ted? Why do you feel that this helps us? I know it works. All right, quantum physics tells me this. And here's why it works, and here's how I know this to be true. If you look at there's an experiment where there's a light beam, right? The consciousness plays a part in reality, right? This is how I know this works. Bringing their agenda to light actually affects the timelines, because consciousness plays a part in reality, guys. So when and here's a proven fact, quantum physics tells me this. There's an experiment where there's a light beam that can go through two possible, double slit experiment they call it. A light beam can go through two possible holes, right? But the once the observer observes the actual experiment taking place, that plays a part on where it goes, where the light beam goes. Consciousness plays a part in reality. So knowing that, right, I know that for a fact, if I can bring their agenda to light, which is just a timeline. What's a timeline, Ted? A timeline is only the story that gets us from the here and now to the future. That's it. That's all a timeline really is. It's as simple as that. So if I'm making you aware of their timelines, the consciousness awareness of their agenda, and the timelines that they have out there, for the end result that they want, it can play a part on where the timeline goes and shifts the collective consciousness, which ultimately determines the path as a collective that we take to the future, our collective timeline. Because it has to do with the majority of the people and what they choose to believe and accept, right? So that's why I do this every day, because I know that me making you aware of their agenda, of what their agenda is and their timeline that they want for the future, the conscious awareness of that timeline plays a part on the trajectory of the timeline and can shift it to a different timeline and a different trajectory where we don't have the bullshit ending that they want for us. Quantum physics tells me that to be 100% true. Alright, so back to the facts now. Now you have an idea why I know this works, and I know why I do this every day, and that it 100% can affect the collective consciousness, what we can all agree on and accept for our future. Because again, it determines the future of our world has to do with our collective consciousness and what we choose to believe and accept as a whole. Now do you see why I do it? But anyway, back to the facts. Alright, so this is the part you're going to have to learn to understand, and you're going to have to come one day, take a look at these documents, because they don't change. The fact of the matter is that we're not going to be able to beat the damn thing until we start acknowledging its existence. It's the surveillance and monitoring system. The surveillance and monitoring system is 100% accurate. I downloaded, guys, when I said in the beginning of this year, late last year, I did a search. I wanted to know what was in the vaccine. I knew it eventually. And keep in mind, I did this way before the mandatory decision time that we're coming up on. You know, that we're in limbo right now on that, right? But I did this beginning of this year, late last year. I put in a search. I said, what is the guidelines and requirements for the vaccine makers to be able to make the vaccine? I wanted to know what was in the damn thing, right? So I put that search in. Guess what it led me to? This is the part we're gonna have to learn to accept. We're gonna have to learn to look at these documents eventually, because again, we can't beat this surveillance system that's an active surveillance system, according to the CDC, that's inside of anyone that gets the vaccine, unless we're able to acknowledge that it exists to begin with. Putting your head in the sand doesn't make the damn thing go away. All right? So what's the documents? I downloaded 22 diagrams from the center. That's what it brought me to, the Centers for Disease Control website. Not a fringe website, not a conspiracy website, not somebody that said that they got them from the CDC. I did. Centers for Disease Control website. I downloaded 22 diagrams on an active surveillance system. It says it right there, active surveillance system. It's surveillance and monitoring timeline. It says right across the bottom of the diagram. The CDC made the diagram so easy to read. There's a needle mark. There's a needle on the left-hand side of the diagram that says, look, injection point, this is where you got vaccinated at. And then it shows all the systems. Everyone that has access to you inside of you if you got the vaccine. The FDA has access to the active surveillance system. The CDC has access to the active surveillance system. The Department of Defense has access to the active surveillance system. VAERS has access to the active surveillance system. VSACE has access to the active surveillance system. PRISM, whatever that is, has access to the active surveillance system. Genesis, whatever that is, has access to the active surveillance system. And then there's a bunch of acronyms, I don't even know who they are. There's sentient surveillance. There's a payee data warehouse on the diagram where other people could buy the data that's inside of you. It says directly on the bottom, surveillance and monitoring timeline. That's what it says on the bottom. Then there's active surveillance, passive surveillance, new systems to be added, routine systems, 10 plus private and public agencies that have full access to an active surveillance system that's inside anyone that got the vaccine. It's a mandatory requirement and guideline. For the vaccine makers to even be able to make the vaccine, the CDC had a requirement. You vaccine makers, you can't make this vaccine unless this surveillance system is in there, according to the CDC. Now, I have this. Now, if anyone wants to look, now here's another reason. Ted, you're saying CDC? Yeah. Guess what? Right now, if you want to check out these diagrams, I have a public profile on Facebook. Never gets knocked down for misinformation. Never once got knocked down for misinformation. And it has all the diagrams on there from the Centers for Disease Control website. Ted Fetch, Theo Fetch. These are both public profiles on Facebook. Both of them pinned to the top of my Facebook. I have a post with all 22 diagrams on the surveillance system that I got from the Centers for Disease Control website that never gets knocked down for misinformation. Why? Because the damn things are real. They're from the Centers for Disease Control. They'd have to say the Centers for Disease Control was bullshit. If they don't knock them down for misinformation, guys, don't you think in the censorship world that we live in that thing would have been knocked down, especially those diagrams on COVID, right? They don't ever get knocked down. They're at the top right now. You could check out the surveillance and monitoring system yourself. And guess what I have on that post too? If you didn't want to look at the patent before, I got the link for the patent for the virus on there too on the same post. You get both your packaged information at once. But we can't beat down something we don't acknowledge, Ted. We can't, how are we supposed to beat the surveillance and monitoring system, guys? If we're too afraid to look at it. No, we don't want to believe it's in there, guys. No, don't show me those diagrams, Ted. They're from the CDC, I keep saying. They're on the top of my Facebook. They never get knocked down for misinformation. What are you guys scared of? You don't want to know the truth? Yeah, that's what we're scared of. The truth. But the reality is not what enslavement of humanity is okay? Well, yeah, I guess so, right? What, the factual documents scare the shit out of you, but the reality of the fact that there are facts scare you. I don't know. We like to pretend they're not there, and we just go about our day and wish it's something else. We pretend this world is different. That's what we do, Ted. We pretend like everything, the good government's here to help, the vaccine is here to protect us, FDA is on our side, CDC is our heroes, and Biden's God. Wake up! Man, I got so much shit though. You know what's, that's it. Now, race to the finish, remember? Well, scariest shit, real shit in the world. It's all real though, guys. I don't lie. I'll be the uncomfortable truth that no one wants to hear. And I do it proudly, by the way, because you guys need to know this. Wishing this is something else, pretending like the government's here to help, not looking at factual documents doesn't change anything, guys. It doesn't change a damn thing when you keep marching along to the beat of their drum. We just do as we're told. We just like to do as we're told. We don't care if the people that are telling us what to do want to enslave us. No, we just keep marching along. We keep marching along to the end. Why don't you guys go race to the finish? Say, fuck it, I'm done. Enslavement, come on. Yeah, I'm too weak to fight, man. I don't even like to look at documents. How the hell am I supposed to fight something, Ted? I'm scared to look at a factual document. How the hell am I supposed to fight something? You expect me to fight? I can't even look at reality. Because I don't lie, guys. I encourage everyone to look up everything I state. You'll find the same information I do. My hands to God, I'm solid. I got to give you the facts that they don't want you to know. Because no one else says this shit to you. No one tells you the truth, right? Well, I'm telling it to you. It might not be the truth you wanted to hear, but I swear to you, it's the facts. I only go with the facts. When are you going to wake up? We just like to... you know what? We pray a lot, Ted. We pray a lot, and we're just going to be the rock in the river. And can't you just be more loving? If we could just love each other more, we'll beat this. No, you got to fight. You got to just pretend. You know what so many manufactured systems. I see everything, guys. I don't even say everything I see. I don't even say everything I see. I don't tell you everything I know. Because I have to ask myself, is that going to help Ted? I don't know. Did I give him too much real for? I have to show you this because I always state this argument. This is all real. This is happening right now. This is right now. I have to tell you what's going on right now because especially if they're going to mandate us to put something in our body unconstitutional, you have a right to know what's in it. Don't you feel like you have a right to know what's going in your body? Well, that's why I'm doing this. So remember that. No matter what you think about me, I only speak the facts. I'm trying to help. You got to be able to come to terms with this eventually, guys. I don't lie. Don't wait. Let's not wait till this is over and then you go, oh shit, he wasn't lying. Now, oh look, Ted, it's too late now. All right, so now if you look at the surveillance and monitoring system diagrams, guys, you just look at them, just see them for what they are. Again, no better explanation for the surveillance and monitoring system than the diagrams itself. From the CDC website, all 22 of them I downloaded from the Centers for Disease Control website, not a fringe website, not a conspiracy theory. If you don't believe me, believe Facebook, because they would have knocked that shit down. Yeah, they knock everything down for misinformation, especially when it comes to COVID, right? They don't ever knock down that post. Why? Because it's from the Centers for Disease Control. All 22 diagrams I have on the top of my Facebook on a post pinned to the top that you can see right now with the patent. Theo Fetch, Ted Fetch, both public profiles. You can look at either one of them. It's pinned to the top on both. When are we going to look at it, though? Can't change what we don't acknowledge, guys. But I voted for Biden, and you know what? And I just, what? You have a hard time looking at facts? I don't care what they say up there. I'm showing you documents that no one can dispute. I don't give a fuck what anyone tells you else. That you might hear all kinds of shit today. What you're hearing right now is the truth. If you don't hear any other truthful information today, all day long, if you listen to this, know this, you heard the truth. Maybe not the truth you want to hear. Again, do you want to be comfortable in a lie, or would you rather know the facts so we can fight the damn thing? All right, say Ted. So there's it. Yeah, it's looking like there's a race to the finish on what's scariest factual piece of information in the world that no one can dispute. Is it the patent? That damn video up there. Maybe Bill Gates on a TED Talk. Can you believe the man? Can you believe this man actually? Okay, so we saw him. Yeah, he was definitely part of that World Economic Forum, John Hopkins, Bill Gates Foundation Pandemic Preparedness Meeting on Event 201, preparing the world for the upcoming pandemic that they knew they were about to unleash. What else is now? And also, you want me, how many different ways can I argue you not to get this vaccine? There's only 1,000 common sense ways that I could do it. I go with the facts, all right? There's a surveillance and monitoring system in the vaccines. That should, right? Hey, done. I don't want that fucking thing. Who wants to be on an active surveillance system? That's what they want. That's why they're making it mandatory, guys. Not because it protects you. We know it doesn't protect you. Why do you know it doesn't protect us, Ted? Well, if it protected you, right? Then why would everyone have to be? Why is everyone mandated to get a vaccine? Wouldn't yours be fine with you if it protects you? Why are people still getting sick every day from the virus that are fully vaccinated? Why did the FDA just come out and approve the mix and match program? Yeah, boosters okay, guys. Hop in, family. FDA just approved the mix and match program. Let's get them to the fucking, booster shots for the family tonight. We've got to get protected against this. Guess what? None of this shit protects you. All it does is infect you and give you upgrades to the surveillance and monitoring system. That's it. It's not required to protect you. The only requirement that came up when I did this research beginning of last year, end of last year, when I put in the requirements and guidelines for the manufacturers to be able to distribute and manufacture this vaccine, what needs to be in the vaccine, the only thing that came up on the CDC website was a surveillance and monitoring system. 22 diagrams to be exact on the damn system. Not one diagram, not one out of the 22, not one of them showing me how the damn thing protects you against the virus. Not one. But I got 22 on a surveillance and monitoring system. And this is how I know that there was never really any decision to be made. They made the decision. We want everyone on this surveillance and monitoring system. Because one of the diagrams that I download, keep in mind, when did you do this research, Ted? Beginning of the year, late last year, beginning of this year is when I got these diagrams. Now you have to put in a request to get these diagrams. Good thing I downloaded those things before they made that stipulation. They're on my Facebook, never get knocked down for misinformation. From the CDC website, hand to God, I don't lie. But then, one of the diagrams that I downloaded, guys, you'll see this too if you look at the diagrams that I downloaded. They're on the top of my Facebook. One of them says that the entire, you know who needs to be on the system? It says clearly on the top, active surveillance, the entire 320 million, it says it's right at the top, entire United States population. But I downloaded these diagrams the beginning of the year, late last year. Why would it say entire population? Why would the diagram for the surveillance and monitoring system, when I downloaded from the Centers for Disease Control website, the beginning of this year, late last year, why when there was no mandatory, they were just getting the vaccine started, guys. Vaccine was just rolling out when I downloaded these diagrams from the Centers for Disease Control. But yet one of the diagrams clearly states the entire United States population needs to be on the system. Why would it say that? If this was the beginning of the year, we didn't even, this time we were nowhere near where we're at now with this mandatory decision OSHA bullshit coming in. But yet it says the entire United States population. Why would it say that if we had a decision to make? Why would that diagram say that if we had a decision to make? No, it shouldn't be too far of a jump now. When you just listen, if you listen to any of that and you looked at all the diagrams and you did your due diligence and your research, like I would encourage everyone to do when they listen to anyone. I research to get to the facts, guys. I don't believe half the shit I hear. That's why I go to their websites, because I don't trust many people these days, guys. I don't know. So I know if I go to their websites, there's no disputing that, right? Oh, yeah, CDC, yep, that's them. Can't dispute their factual information, especially if they're the ones giving us our mandates and guidelines, right? So yeah, you got to look at that. So why would they do that? Well, there's an active surveillance system in there. You got to ask yourself, it's in there for a reason. They want us on a totalitarian surveillance state where corporations run the world according to the world agenda for the future. Private companies own the world. You and me have no rights and freedoms. Corporate stakeholders, CEOs are the only ones that have any rights. Even their own forum members that are currently part of the forum are enslaved, according to their own code of conduct conflict of interest page. Yeah, loyalty to the forum comes above your own friends and family. It says that specifically on paragraph 1 of the World Economic Forum Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page. Now, if you want to check out their world agenda, just read it. Who these people are. Well, look at all the countries that are part of the World Economic Forum. So you know, yep, that's them. They're the entire world, Ted, seems like. Yep, it seems like they're on every board and committee and planning. Yeah, world agenda, that's what they say they do. Yep, you were right. They were right, not me. They were right when they told us that when I read their world agenda. Yeah, and I'm looking at the Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest. You know what? All you have to do on there, if you want to know what the future of the world holds for us, and I haven't even gotten to the plan. I had started off this to tell you why they need the economy to break. I have so much shit. I could tell you all facts, though, you know, why I would say that and my argument for that. But now, all right, so I have to do this, and then I'm going to go into the Great Reset with what they say. Damn, this gets a little frustrating after a while. But right now, you should have woke up, said, yep, fuck it, I'm not getting the vaccine. That should have been enough, Ted. That's it. Game over. We're done. We heard you. We saw the facts. We're out of here. No vaccine for us. Get it. No, sir. We just saw the whole facts as it is, but I got more. Isn't that scary? I got more shit. But that should have been enough. The patent should have been enough, right? Hey, patent, they lied. The whole shit, they lied. That's it. We're done. We're stopping listening to them. The motherfuckers lied. Yeah. So it said, oh, he's cursing again. But it's the facts, we can't listen to them. I gotta go. Man. If I speak nice and tell the facts, will that make a difference? If I don't use profanity while I do this, will that help? We can trust you then. I don't know. Just read the facts. Don't trust me. Look at the facts. I tell you, I don't lie here, guys. I do not lie. Would you rather me talk nice to you or lie to you? What do you want me to do, guys? You want me to just talk nice? If I just talk in a voice like this and make it sound and lie to you, then we'll be okay, Ted. We like lies better because the truth and the cursing and the profanity sometimes is a little too much. But we'll take lies that are spoken nicely in a pleasant tone. Yeah, we'll march right down to enslavement. You talk like that. Obviously. So yeah, I might say things bluntly. I might curse a little bit. But I stand by what I say. I'll be the uncomfortable truth because guess what you won't ever be able to do? When I state these facts, when you look at the facts, when I tell you this argument, when I speak this every day to help, I do this to help, guys. Remember that. I want us all to be able to live free. I want us all to be able to have decisions in the future. I want us all to be able to have love in this world still. Because guess what the ending of this little play that we're all playing along to? Marching to the beat of the drum? Yeah, that ending, no love in that ending of your game that you're still playing, the game that they're making you play, that you're playing along to. Yeah, that ends in no love, enslavement, no decisions. And then you're going to go, damn, I wish I would have listened to that guy cursing in the parking lot. Tell me the truth. And that's just real, because that's what they want for us. Now, okay, so Ted. All right, so look, Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest, paragraph 1. You know what that states? Personal interest not allowed. Loyalty to the forum comes above your own friends and family. Anything that goes against the forum is a conflict of interest. Your personal interest, nope, can't have them. Any mindset, any thought process, anyone that thinks for themselves is a conflict of interest. It might obstruct you. You can't even be around outside information, it says, according to the forum. On their own Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page. Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page reads like a nightmare. Loyalty to them comes above your own friends and family. It states that specifically in paragraph 1. You can't be around outside information. No. It might obstruct your professional judgment and objectivity. And what are we supposed to do here up at the World Economic Forum if you start thinking for yourself? Yeah, because guess what happens when you get the truth? The truth is the outside information, guys. Yeah, how dare he? No, don't listen to the truth, because then you will not be able to take orders. That's what it says. Why? Because they want to enslave you. They want everyone under that code of conduct, conflict of interest page. That's going to be all of our nightmare. Who wants to hear about that? If you want to hear me read the whole damn thing, it's episode 44. I just read the entire thing from their website, and then I pick it apart and make examples out of each paragraph. I read what that means in a real life scenario. Well, it shouldn't be too far of a jump now. Okay, so now we saw that. Now here's the part that I really wanted to start this with, because I was looking at the economy today. Now we know the ending, right? Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page pretty much reads like a nightmare. There's a surveillance and monitoring system they didn't tell us about, required mandate from the vaccine. Why? Because they want us on our surveillance state. It says new systems to be added clearly on that on those diagrams. Yeah, everything's going to be attached to this system, guys. Everything is eventually your social security number, your bank statements, everything. We're moving into a digital world. That's what they want. How do we know this? Well, listen to Elon Musk. He says that we're going to have to turn into part AI eventually, because there's too much AI technology for the workforce. You know? That's what he says. Don't believe me, believe him. I have a PDF from the Ministry of Defense that shows clearly the Human Augmentation Project and how that's a real thing from the Ministry of Defense. Yes, that's what they want for us. That's the future if we don't start fighting now. How are we supposed to stop the Human Augmentation Project if we can't look at factual documents now about a surveillance and monitoring system? Do you guys want to be on a surveillance and monitoring system? You know what's crazy? Am I the only one that's allowed to talk about the surveillance and monitoring system? I'm just sitting there having a aha moment, going, you know, I'm just thinking about all the opposition, right? All the opposition, and everyone argues this thing 10 ways till Sunday, right? This vaccine. But not one person, and no one, and even their posts get knocked down for misinformation. Their posts even get knocked down for misinformation. But my factual documents on a full-blown active surveillance system never does. But yet everyone seems okay with it. Like, they even persuade me, can't you just argue the vaccine this way? Like on Moderna, like blame Pfizer or something? No, I go straight to the top of the mountain. I go straight to the top. The people that started this pandemic, the people who unleashed the virus on the world, the people that manufactured the whole damn thing. That's what I do. I point the finger where it needs to be pointed. The problem makers. So here I am, doing it again. Got to do my job, guys. This is who I am. So what I do every day is to try to protect us, to live in a life so we can all live a future and have a future collectively where we don't have to snitch on our family, turn our kids in, like according to the Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page, paragraph 1. Loyalty to them, it specifically says, personal interest, friends, family, relationships, next of kin, that's second to the form. If they have a personal interest or judgment that goes against the form, you're required to turn them in. No one's allowed to think for themselves. That's what they want. They don't want you thinking for yourself, guys. That's not what they want. They hate that. They hate that up there more than anything. They hate that more than anything, guys. They really do. Yeah, outside information, you can't even be around it. It says personal interest. No, not if they go against the form. Anything that goes against the form is a conflict of interest. If that's your friend, your family, you're required to turn them in. Loyalty to the form comes above everything. They think they're God. Who wants to live in that world? We're an evil establishment that just created a pandemic, unleashed it on the world, killed millions of people to put us on a surveillance and monitoring system. Now we have to have loyalty to them above our own friends and family? The same people that just did this to us. And now here's where I really wanted to start off with. So this is a long one today, I guess. So I'm looking at the economy. Now you know the end result, right? The end result is always going to be for them, enslavement of humanity. They don't want you to have decisions. They want to move us to a corporate-run government where me and you have no rights and freedoms, We're on a surveillance system, according to the diagrams, right? 320 million, the entire United States population, guys. They want everyone on this surveillance system. So yeah, so that means we're a totalitarian surveillance state regime. We're living under a communist regime at this point, totalitarian surveillance state where corporations run the world and we're on an active surveillance and monitoring system. Why? So we can never speak out against their other bullshit programs again. How are we supposed to beat the Human Augmentation Project up next? Well, we don't have any choices at all. Click from a keyboard, there's your day. According to the PDF. Yeah, remember back in the day when there was people sitting outside? Remember the day when, not too long ago, a few months ago, everyone was outside with their signs, Free Cuba, right? We were against the communist dictatorship in Cuba for Cuban rights, right? It's coming to America, guys. It's in our back door. The monster's inside of here. When are we going to kick them out? When are we going to kick this thing out, man? You got to stand up and fight, man. You guys got to get off the sidelines. Got to get off the sidelines. And here's how I know that this is another reason I know that that's one. The main vehicle of total control and world domination for the human race, that fucking vaccine. Via the pandemic that they created to give you the vaccine with the surveillance and monitoring system in it. 100%. I don't lie. 100% I don't lie. That's what they wanted. They wanted everyone at 320 million, the entire United States population. Downloaded the beginning. How is that? I thought we had a decision. See, they wanted everyone on that system. According to them. According to them. When are you going to wake? Are you awake yet? Are you awake yet? Are you awake yet? So then, all you got to do now, Google this phrase. This is how I know the economy has to break. According to them, if you just Google this phrase, you will own nothing and be happy. Just Google it. Google that phrase. Just if you do nothing else, if you took no time to do any other research, I don't know, can you just do one of these things? Scariest thing to the finish. Can you just look at one of the documents? One of them should wake you up, you know? Any one of them. I haven't even got the Bill Gates programs yet. Guys, I have so much shit. But it's all real. We'd rather feel comfortable. How dare he speak the truth? Tell us factual information that we'd rather. Can't we just be okay with getting the surveillance and monitoring system, Ted? No, stand up, have some balls, get your ass out, get your head out your ass, and start fighting. Yeah, we just want to, what? Grow up. Start making decisions now before you don't have any to make in the future. Gosh, and then, you know, if I'm talking a little blunt and sometimes I yell and curse and yell at you guys, guess what? I'm speaking the truth. I'm trying to help you. Would you rather be comfortable in a lie and spoke nicely to you that ends in your enslavement? Is that what you need? Well, at least the government and the mainstream media doesn't yell at us, Ted, so I'll go with the enslavement. Well, they're lying to you, and they want you enslaved. I'm cursing at you and trying to give you the truth so we don't have to be. So yeah, just Google that phrase. You own nothing and be happy. You own nothing and be happy. Does anyone ever question how do we get to that? That's their slogan, by the way. When I say when Google that, it's going to take you to the World Economic Forum website. That's their slogan, the World Economic Forum. The same people with the code of conduct that says loyalty to them comes above your own friends and family. Those people have a future, a great reset. What is the great reset? The great reset is what they plan on. This is the great reset. They plan on having the pandemic. They even say themselves on their own great reset. If you look at it, you look at their website, they said that the pandemic was a perfect means to an end to reshape and transform the world in the way they want the new world to move. What's the new world? Well, it's an enslavement program, basically, where it's a totalitarian surveillance state. We're all in a surveillance and monitoring system that if we just got the mandatory vaccine from the pandemic they just unleashed via the Event 201 video that you watch, with the Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest page that states specifically that they come above God. Well, that's what it means. If they said that loyalty to them comes above your own friends and family, then obviously they think they're God, right? Who else is supposed to come above your own friends and family besides God? Not the World Economic Forum. I promise you, it doesn't say that in the Bible anywhere. World Economic Forum isn't in the Bible, guys. Yet they have a Code of Conduct Conflict of Interest stage. Again, who are these people? The people that shaped the world. The people that created the pandemic via the Event 201. People that are on every board and committee around the world, according to them. Right? Yeah, look at the president. The president listens to them, meets with them, their cabinet, everywhere. They're all over the world. That's the world agenda. That's the elite establishment. Yet they have a freaking paragraph 1 that says loyalty to them comes above your own friends and family. Well, that means that they think they're God. Who else is supposed to come above your own friends and family besides God? Not the World Economic Forum, right? But yeah, all right, so that was a little sidetrack. Needed to be said, though, obviously, right? Who wants to salute and have to loyalty to the World Economic Forum? I have to turn my kid in. I got to turn my kid in and starts thinking for himself because I'm around my kid now, and now I'm exposed. And he might have corrupted my mind because being around outside information might obstruct my professional judgment and objectivity. That's what it says on paragraph 1. Personal interest, not allowed. Not allowed. Loyalty to the forum comes above everything. You can't be around anyone that thinks differently than the forum. It's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest. So yeah, they think they're God. They think they're God. So now, you own nothing and be happy. Let's back to that. This is why I know that the economy has to break, according to them, right? Yeah, the Great Reset. What was the Great Reset, Ted? Well, it says that they said themselves that the pandemic was a perfect means to an end for us to shape the world and change the world to the new world that we want the world to go in, which is a corporate stakeholder, private-only regime. According to them, corporate stakeholders have the only say in anything. Corporations run the world. We're on a surveillance and monitoring system and have to adhere to a code of conduct, conflict of interest page that reads like a nightmare. That's their new world, guys. Congratulations. We have entered the new world Great Reset. That's what they want for us, according to them. But yeah, you own nothing and be happy. So if you Google that phrase, it's going to take you straight to the World Economic Forum website. That's their slogan for the future, guys. For the Great Reset. Guess what? We're going to own nothing and we're going to be happy. Aren't you excited? Aren't you guys excited? We'll own nothing and be happy. That's what they said. That's what they said. You will own nothing and be happy. Obviously a command. Oh yeah, because decision's not allowed, remember? Out the window. So obviously it's a command. You will own nothing and be happy. Yeah, aren't you excited? Aren't you excited about the future of the world according to them? Isn't it exciting? We own nothing, we're going to be happy. Loyalty to the forum comes above our own friends and family. Personal interests not allowed. Corporate-run government, and we have a surveillance and monitoring system inside all of us. Aren't you guys? Are you excited? Aren't you excited for the future? Yeah, we must be, because we keep doing what they're telling us to. So yeah, it sounds like a great plan to us, Ted. We don't like to do research. We hate fighting. We don't even look at posts, and we just go wherever. We're the rock in the river. Right down to our enslavement. Get the hell out the stream, is what I say. Not everyone, Ted. A lot of fighters, man. Everyone should be fighting this, though. That's where I go. What the hell? Why isn't everyone just looking at this going, this is all fucked? This dude is telling us the truth down there. Yeah, he curses, baby, but the damn dude does not lie. We might not like everything the way he says things, but the dude does not lie. And I don't lie. Because I go to their websites. I just have to do this sometimes in so many different ways to get you guys to see this, man. You own nothing and be happy. Of course they need the economy to break. How else are we supposed to get to that part of the program? Well, we own nothing. How are we supposed to own nothing unless they take over everything? How are they supposed to do that unless we become completely and totally reliant on them, on the elite establishment government? How do we become completely and totally reliant on the elite establishment government unless the economy breaks? What can we see right now that would point to that as a possibility that might be actually happening right now? Well, what's not happening that we cannot use as factual information that points directly to that? Well, yeah, gas prices through the roof. By design, they just passed this freaking $1 trillion infrastructure bill with carbon tax in, so they're going to tax us more on this infrastructure bill. Absolutely. Carbon tax coming next. Yeah, we're going to make you feel bad for the gas engines you've been driving forever that we made you drive. With the gas, because of the gas and oil cartels that are really in charge. You know, we up here, we just like making money and making you guys do whatever the fuck we want you to do. And we keep doing it until you stop letting us do it and you actually tell us stop. And you stop and you take a stand. And we keep doing it and keep doing it until eventually loyalty to us comes above your own family. Really think God might be a little pissed off when you have to start doing that? You think God's sitting there going, yeah, no, he wants you off your ass is what he wants you to do. Are you going to keep marching all the way down to the end? Yeah, we do. No, wake up! Not everyone, Ted, not everyone. People are waking up. I see that. I get frustrated. I get mad because it's so plain view sight to me. I don't get pointed to all this information since my awakening. I see shit no one sees. But it's all real, and I point it to you, and you can't dispute anything I say. No one can. No one can. No one will be able to dispute these facts if you say them too. I encourage everyone to spread these documents. Why aren't we? Do you want to live in a future where corporations run the world, you're on a surveillance and monitoring system, you have to adhere to a code of conduct conflict of interest page that reads like a nightmare, and you own nothing and you're supposed to be happy? They don't give a shit if you're happy or not, let's just be honest. You own nothing is what it should just really say. They're just trying to program you ahead of time so you'll maybe feel happy when it happens. See, if we get them out there, if we start programming them early with you own nothing and be happy, then when that happens and they own nothing, guess what? We got them. They're good. Look at them. They're starting to get happy. And they're laughing. And they're laughing. They're laughing at all of us, guys. They're laughing at you guys not even listening to me, really. There's like, this dude is just stating everything that we're doing up here. This one dude, he just comes out every single day in that parking lot and tells them our plan. He tells them, he points them directly to the factual document. We didn't even knock it down for misinformation because it's all facts. But he keeps telling them the facts and they won't look still. Look how easily we manipulate the whole world. They're laughing at you guys. Not me. They are. They are. They're the ones controlling you. I'm trying to free you. Keep you free. Keep us free. So we don't have to move to that society. Who wants that, guys? Who wants that for our world? You own nothing. Yeah, the economy has to break. They need everyone to completely rely on the government. Carbon tax coming too. Taxes are going up, guys. According to the new infrastructure plan that they just passed. Yeah, has to break. Inflation through the roof. Gas prices through the roof. Carbon tax coming next. Yeah, they need everyone relying on them for their plan to work. They don't want you to have decisions, guys, according to them. What do you think that means when personal interests are not allowed? Loyalty to the form comes above your friends and family. You can't be around outside information. Freedom of speech obviously gone out the window. Yeah, that's why they have a surveillance and monitoring system in us, so we can prevent anyone like me from telling you guys the truth again. Man, I get frustrated at you guys sometimes. I really do. Not everyone. People are waking up. But then I go, why won't anyone repost factual information? What are you guys scared of? What are you scared of? You're obviously not scared of being enslaved and saluting to an evil establishment. That doesn't scare you at all, does it? You want that, I guess. I don't know. Surveillance state, no decision. Sounds perfect. Own nothing and be happy. I've been waiting for that day. You tell them, wow, man, I can't wait. Yeah. So, yeah, Bible people, God's people, where you at? Praying to God. I hope you're not praying to the World Economic Forum. Because it says specifically in paragraph 1, loyalty to them comes above your own friends and family. So again, they think they're God. I don't know. You guys coming in yet? Come on. We need freedom fighters. Yeah, we need freedom fighters. We need more of them. We need people to wake up and start fighting this for what it is. See it for what it is. Not because I said it. Because they say it. I just tell you what they say on their own websites. Remember that. No one can call me bullshit. Ever. Yeah, I might say it in a little way that maybe comes off a little blunt sometimes. I might say things that you don't want to hear. I say things I don't want to hear, really. Who wants to hear this? No one really wants to hear it, but you have to hear it. It's the truth. And if we don't start acknowledging the truth and the facts as the facts, how are we supposed to beat this? How are we supposed to beat this if we don't start acknowledging this for what it is? So yeah, it might be uncomfortable, guys. It might be something you don't want to hear, but you have to hear it. It's the truth. And I didn't even get into, there's so much more I have, too. But that's enough for today, I think. Anyway, I love you guys. Believe that. Know that. I might yell sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to protect all of us from still having decisions, having love in this world, living in a society where we can embrace diversity, not have these problem-creating machines up there that they divide us. So I point my argument straight to the top. I get frustrated at you guys for not seeing the information as what it is. So we can all collectively see this for what it is. So we can move in a future that doesn't enslave us. Not because I said it, because they said it. Remember that. Anyway, that's it. I love you guys. Bye.